I expect that they can put what they're training and all the things that they're training this week on the pitch on Saturday, because if and we must do that if we play like we're training this week. I have a good vibes about the team. I'm really happy about this week. You don't ask me what happened, but sometimes we don't know what. Sometimes with a click, but we're training today, probably, or this week, the same level that we're training in the best weeks that since we arrived to Sheffield during this week.
Yeah, we just talked to Sam Hutchinson and he made the same point. He said that the club had two of the best training sessions of the season so far this week. There's nothing you can put your finger on then as to why that was. Is there anything in particular about this week that has maybe created that?
So as I tell you, sometimes this is training, it's not game, of course, but sometimes these kind of things happen. So if you ask me if one or another player can be impact in this dynamic, sometimes happen also, because Sam back to the training, and I talked here before, there are 3 or 4 players in the 9 that we missed that make kind of brand of Sheffield Wednesday in the intensity, in the tempo, and when they are inside the pitch, the tempo of the team is more high. So the transitions, when we lose the ball, they are more aggressive. When we win the ball, they are more aggressive also to put the first pass, to put the direct to the goal. They have this kind of abilities, and when they are not, the others, they are not worse than them, but they have different abilities. They are, and because the players are completely different. But of course, talk about specific Sam. Sam is a player that gives a lot of things to our team. Not just Sam, but Sam in particular. Give tempo, give aggressive leadership also inside the pitch, and make impact. I think make impact positive in the colleagues also. But it's not just about him, I think.
Is he fit enough to start a game for you?
He will start the game. He will start the game. He's training last 3 weeks. So last week it was early, but this week he started the week very strong. He training very strong also, and we must push him to play. It's about the pain. He don't have any kind of problem. So it was about the fitness condition last week, but with 1 more week of training, is come back, and I believe that he can help the team.
Does that signal that maybe you've turned a corner with your misfortune with injuries, that maybe there's good news now arriving?
Yeah, I think I'm the feeling that in the beginning of the year, the same way, in the first week we'll bring maybe 3 or 4 players also, more 3 or 4. In this moment, there are players that are moving outside, and when I saw moving outside, means that they are really near to come back to the team, and we expect this. We expect, because we know that the level and the intensity, this kind of brand that we have in Sheffield Wednesday. We need to recover 2 or 3. As you can see in my face, I'm very happy to recover some, because I know about the intensity and the aggressive that we will improve the team. Just recover 1 player. I believe that will be more aggressive.
As you mentioned earlier, Middlesbrough like to have a lot of the ball. You know, they a difficult team to break down. So when you're facing an opponent like that, and they're the away team coming to Hillsborough, you know, what can you do to try and attack a Middlesbrough team like that?
We know let's be clear. I think, for example, last game, I believe that some people said that Wolves didn't play very well against us. But they didn't play because they don't want. They didn't play because we blocked them very well. I think we did a very good strategy to block the dynamic. They felt a lot of problems. I talked with the coach after the game also, and he talked about that. So we blocked them. We blocked the dynamic. We did what we must do, and of course, in one individual situation, a player make a championship player, make a Champions League player make a difference in that game with a Purmanor. About this team, they play different. They play different. It's a team that play completely different of Wolves, but we study them. I think we prepare very well the game again. Will be important that we'll be focused, concentrated with dynamic that we're training this week. and block the dynamic also, but we want to win, so we know what we must do to open spaces and what we must do to try to score goals. So let's put in practice on Saturday everything, and I have good expectations.
With Cam Dawson returning from Chesterfield, what does that say about the situation with Kieran Westwood?
He's still out, so it means that he's still out, and West is out still with the pain, and of course we have just in this case we have loaned him because we have all the goalkeepers ready and we need him to play. Also we try to put Jake also to play in this kind of emergency loans, but when you have this injury, Cam is our natural goalkeeper, so we're back to the team.
And Barry Bannon, is he going to be healthy for this weekend?
I don't want to give too many informations about all the players, as you understand. There are, I just will tell you that there are maybe 3 debates about if they can be involved in the game Saturday. But don't push me too much, because even I understand that I need inform, but I don't want to give too many informations to the opponent. But 2 or 3 players will be in debate about the game on Saturday.
I wanted to ask you,
but sure that Sam is not debate, so yeah. Sure that Sam is irrecoverable.
I wanted to ask you a question about Jordan Rhodes. He played particularly well at Blackburn a few years ago with a player called Rudy Justed, who plays for Middlesbrough now. I just wondered if you ever considered trying him with that bigger target man type of striker. You've got Atinuiu, for example. We've not seen the 2 start a game together. Is that anything that you've ever considered since Rhodes came to the club?
No, we considered everything. So, as you understand, depend of the games, depend the strategy. All the players are training well. All the players can be involved. We changed a little the formation in the last game to adapt it to block the dynamic of the opponent. As you saw it, we play almost with 3 attackers, with 3 midfielders, because Ross play inside and Gary Hooper play more on the right. But to this game, different strategy. We know the strong points of Middlesbrough. They have a lot. They're a good team. They have also weak points, and we'll explore the maximum, and we'll put the players that we think that is the best to try to broke the defensive organization. And about this, all the players are in consideration to try to do that.
Can you tell us a bit more about the role that Gary Hooper played in that game? How was his sort of role in this team developing? Because he can play up front, obviously, but was he in a slightly deeper role in the last match?
Yeah, the last game we put him, because we play with 3 attackers, we put him a little more on the right, but right inside. So it's just a position that when he loses the ball, he must come a little from the right. It's because we play with Jordan and 3 behind. But he's a player that the best of Gary Hooper is play not number 9, but play like 9.5. So between 9 and 10. He's a player that moves very well between the lines, very clever to go to the spaces when the another team open a small space. He go there. He need around him a good dynamic. Is a reality also. All the strikers need a good dynamic. So this week and especially these 2 trainings, he scored a lot of goals because the dynamic was good, and so when dynamic is good, he score. So let's see on Saturday if we're back to the goals, because we need the goals.
10 days until the transfer window opens again. Have the club made some plans? I mean, do you expect that when that window opens, there's going to be some early business there, and how necessary is that to try and give this team a boost, do you think? Yeah, we are working that. It's something that we are analysing, is the crucial positions that we have, and we are missing players. And as I told you before, if you ask me if nobody injury, if we need a player in this moment, I will say immediately no, we don't need. But to do this, because I understand sometimes the opinion of the critics, and they are correct about the pace. And so even you asked me this, I remember in October, and I said no. Because as you understand, I'm playing with my players, and I can't say that we are weak about that. So I must try to protect my team, and I said no. But in the reality, I know that when Fernando Forestieri stay injury, we need pace in the attack. We need more speed in the attack.
and I said before, maybe you asked me why you don't bring another player, but players with pace, with quality, cost a lot of money. So when you have a player like Forestieri, you think that you can put him 100% all the time, like him or another player. And after, if he's injury, okay, we have a small problem in our hands. So let's see in the beginning of January if you can, because we are looking to the market, we are looking to the players, especially to players to loan. And we are with open eyes to that position and to one or another position to prevent if really we need more one or another, we'll propose to the chairman to bring. In this moment, if you ask me if I prefer more players or I prefer to recover our players, I prefer to recover. Of course, I prefer to recover Kieran Lee, Bannon, recover Forestieri, Fletcher, Sam, and George Boyd, Tom Lees. I prefer recover. Instead, I have but we are looking to the market, and probably we'll bring one or another player. Absolutely sure in January.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Where Middlesbrough's threats, where do you expect them to come from? Who have you got to look out for, Carlos?
No, they are a solid team. Most of the players play in the last year in the Premier, and they promoted 2 years ago. They are not doing how they expect also so far. It's a solid team, very compact. The teams of Monk are the process defensive organization is very similar, like Leeds did last season, and Middlesbrough with Karanka play like this also. They are very solid, compact, and they have some fast attackers also. Okay, it's a team that we know exactly what they will do, and these don't make the things easy, of course, but we're training very well to try to work the defensive organization. So let's see on the pitch if we can express what we're training during this week.
Why do you think they haven't performed as well this season?
I don't know. No, I don't know. No, you know that sometimes expectations. Sometimes when you have high expectations, the thing is not going well. Maybe do a circle between the environment of the team, the environment of the things around the team, the things inside the team also. Sometimes the team stay a little inside the circle, but I don't know because I'm not the coach of Middlesbrough. I don't know.
And I know you said that Kieran Lee was going to see a specialist. How is he doing?
Kieran need open again the hips a little. Not to do a surgery, but to correct something inside. So we are waiting that the doctor call him to do this small surgery, and after we believe that after this will be 100%.
How disappointing is that for you that you believe?
So I'm very disappointed, as you understand. So if you understand that we have. This don't make the other players less or more important than some of them, but one or another player that sometimes the clubs have on the team is very difficult to have a substitute like them on the team. They have other players with different abilities, but substitute players like Kieran is very difficult. So of course I stay disappointed when we don't have the player, because he's an important player. Again, the face of the team, with the tempo, with intensity, with him on the pitch. We can improve this kind of intensity and the rhythm of the game, but he's not available. So we have another player, so we must give confidence to another players, and we believe in all the players. And as I told you, this week we did a fantastic week of training. So I'm pleased about him, but sorry about him. But we must continue our work.
I know you said it's a small surgery. You think it's going to be weeks then?
I don't know. So when do a small, it's not a small surgery to open to correct something inside the hips, and after I believe that will be a time to just to recover about that situation. So it's the normal time.
And you said that Kieran Westwood, he won't be available for you this weekend. But what did you make of Joe coming in last week against Wolves?
Now we have. Joe is I told you before, is a fantastic goalkeeper. We believe in him a lot. As you know, since the first year, so he's the third, we put him to play with 18 years old in the first team in important games, and he did all the time very well. He's a goalkeeper of the future. He play also in the regularly go to national team, England national team. So we don't have any problem in the goal. Also with Cameron, if he need to play like we did in the past, we don't have any kind of problem.
Where do you think Joe can still improve and get better as a goalkeeper? Will that just come with experience?
Yeah, it's like this. So we play some games on the road last season. He's playing now. If he improve and start still improving, he can be of course, he will be the goalkeeper of the future in Sheffield Wednesday, I believe.
And you went to the hospital visit yesterday. How was that?
No, it was nice. It was nice, but at the same time very sad, as you understand. So when you visit hospitals and you see the people that are in difficult situation because they are not worse situation than you are when you are sick because you don't have healthy, and it's very, I must tell that it's very hard to me. So it's especially when I go to hospital and see kids with machines and so on. To me is believe me, it's very, very, very hard to go to the hospital. I live in my life with my family similar situations, and when I go there I start thinking about that, and it's a sad moment to me, I must tell. But at the same time I know that importance, and I must go there because I know the importance that we give a word, a hope, and sometimes talk about our experience also in our lives, about our family and what happened in the past, and the people after recover and stay very well. So I think this is a message important to that people, and I must do that. It's nothing that I won't go, absolutely sure, because as I tell you, I feel really, really very bad after the visit. But at the same time, I have the feeling that I must go because it's something that I must do.
This week, one of the club's former physios, he made a comment on social media suggesting that this club rushes players back too quickly from injuries. What would you say in response to that?
Listen, so maybe Kieran Lee do the injury in the hips because I play hula with him, you know, hula. Maybe Sam go to a surgery because I was dancing with him. We was dancing together. Maybe George Boyd have a problem in the shoulder because I was playing bowling with him or golf. And today is the weather is not good. Maybe it's my fault also because it's have a lot of clouds. Come on. I don't give importance to this. You have another question? More important question. So oh, sorry.
You mentioned Sam Hutchinson. You're going to play him this weekend. So how much minutes are you going to give him?
How much?
How many minutes are you going to give him on the field?
No, I told before, it's a player.
He's coming back from the injury.
No, he come back, but he come back in different in the good position at moment because he don't have pain, any kind of pain. So when he don't have pain, Sam training really very hard all the time, and what he is doing the last 3 weeks, he's training. He didn't play. He's training very hard and without pain. It's something very good and very important to him and to us. So in this moment, we have the feeling that he's ready to play, and we need also to push him to play, because there is one of the players that I talked before. We don't have a really substitute to him because we don't have a player with the same abilities on the team, and we need to push him. And if we put him to play, it's because we think that he can help the team.
Do you think that's why the training's gone so well this week?
Part, yes, but no make everything. So because we said in Portugal that one bird don't make a spring. So it's not because there come one bird that the spring is coming. So, but it's a signal. It was a signal, of course. It's if you understand in 11 is one part of the 11 that give something different to the team. Help, I believe in that situation. But it was general. It was not just the players that will be involved. So the 11, but all the players training really very well.